Hi, this is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson. We have Jaime here with us today, and Jaime and his wife flew all the way down here from Virginia Beach, Virginia, correct?
Yes, sir.
And Jaime came down here kind of as a last stepping stone before they let him do. He lets him do surgery on his back. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Because they told him he needs to have lumbar spine surgery for his lumbar spine pain and lumbosacral radiculopathy, which is sciatica going all the way down into his legs and both of his feet into his toes, especially the big toe. That's the L5 nerve root. He's also had some lower thoracic compensatory pain there, rib cage pain mostly on this right side, which also, this is very common finding when they have ribs and thoracic spine problems. They get acid reflux and GERD and hiatal hernia, which you were diagnosed with, what, a decade ago?
Yep.
Saying you've been treated medically for those things. We don't treat acid reflux, hiatal hernia, or GERD the disease, but we do treat the biomechanical improprieties of the thoracic spine and rib cage, which often is influencing the acid reflux, hiatal hernia condition. And he's also had some occasional neck pain stiffness with some occasional headaches about twice a month back here in the occipital region. So this is his very first visit here at Advanced Chiropractic Relief. I did a thorough history and examination on him already. And so we're just going to do a couple of highlights of that for you and show you his posture, pre and post adjustment, and adjust him for the very first time here at Advanced Chiropractic Relief. Let's have you close your eyes and flex your head forward and backwards for me now, Jaime. And then neutral. Yeah, we're having a cold front here in Houston. It's got down to 72 degrees today. You said you were having cold front up there in Virginia
Yes,
Beach too, right?
It's about the 60s today.
60s, yeah. It might get down to 60s here tonight, they said.
Yes, sir.
That's cold front in Houston. See, his posture is biomechanically forward in the Z-axis, ears dropping all the way out here over his clavicle. That's what's putting all this additional weight-bearing compressive stress down his spine, especially from his upper back all the way down to his lumbar spine down here, where it meets the pelvis. That's why his hands are riding out in front of him like this, as opposed to being at his sides. That's why your shoulders are rounding forward too, Jaime. And if you look in the mirror, you got a little less room here. Don't move your arm. Then you do over here, you got more room. So your pelvis has shifted left of center as well. That's also putting pressure more down here in this lumbosacral area of your spine as well. So let's go ahead and lay you on your stomach here. Now, in evaluating his pelvis, his left leg is a ½ inch shorter in this prone position. Then when I bring his legs up, they get even, and that tightens up a little bit in his thighs and low back, doesn't it, Jaime?
Yes, sir.
And then he's got left sacral iliac palpatory tenderness on the left and the right. Worse on the left, I believe, though, right?
Yes, on the left.
And that's tender there at L5. Yeah, all these are sore, actually, through the lumbar spine, all the way up into the thoracolumbar spine. Now, we did a sacral deviation test on him. Go ahead and lift your right leg up. Okay, now your left one. Okay. So you said the left one felt worse for you?
Yes, it hurts.
So he's got bilateral sacroiliac joint subluxation, sacral deviation posteriorly. Now, that's misaligned with the L5 vertebra here in his lumbar spine. That's where he's getting lumbosacral radiculopathy down his legs. But he brought his MRI disc with him and x-rays, which I've already reviewed with him. And he does have a substantial disc herniation at L4, L5. That's pinching on the L5 nerve root, which goes down into his big toes. And there, you've had pain and numbness in your big toes too,
Yes, sir.
right, Jaime? So we're going to get started adjusting him today to try to help him regain his normal function without the invasiveness of surgery. Chiropractic care is a first line of defense when you're dealing with these type issues because it's non-invasive in every way. We don't prescribe harmful or dangerous medications. We don't perform invasive treatment procedures such as injections or surgeries. I mean, the worst thing that can happen to a person like Jaime getting adjusted is he gets sore. And that's going to happen anytime you do something new or do a new exercise, you get sore afterwards. That's the same thing that he's going to be experiencing after his adjustment today. Which I tell patients that they need to go. Now see, that's even now. Jaime, I bet you this feels easier than the first one.
Yes, it is.
Imagine that. See, I'm going to put that cervical lordosis back in your cervical spine too and pull your whole head up over your thoracic spine here. Let's turn you on your back now, please, sir. And even with this cold front here, I'm hot back here. See, Jaime already knows how to assume the position. He's just been watching our videos.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good job, Jaime.
Every day.
You watch them every day, huh? So you're a crack addict, huh? We've redefined the term crack addict. Okay, relax this. There you go. Now you should have felt that from your knee all the way up to your lower back, Jaime.
I did.
Good. Okay, you can relax your hands back on your stomach now. I'm done with your Jesus adjustment. There you go. Okay. Good. Now let's sit you up and face that away toward the loo. There we go. You know, most couples that come here from out of state, there you go. Usually by the end of the week, we're treating the spouse too.
See, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm scared.
You're scared. There's no reason to be scared. I don't have any heads on my trophy wall yet.
Yeah, I have
I
the
would.
same problem. I have back problem too.
Yeah, I know. I can tell just by looking at you. That's why I said. Okay, Jaime. It's time. No, you're fine. There we go. Scoot down this way just a tad bit more, Jaime.
Go that way?
No, down.
No.
There you go. Right there. Okay. You can put your hands up on your stomach. There you go. Now this is going to feel tight, Jaime. Now when I was going over his x-rays, he had some anterior listhesis, which is a forward slippage of the L4 and L5 vertebrae with a sharp angulation at that level. He does not have a spondylolisthesis, however, which is a fracture or a separation of the pars interarticularis. So, call his anterior listhesis as opposed to spondylolisthesis. There you go. Yes, sir. Lay your head back there and breathe, Jaime. There you go. Keep breathing. I know you felt that all the way down. Look at there. You're still kicking. You're all right. Okay, put your hands back on your stomach for me. Let me have your neck. Wiggle your left big ear. There you go. Let me tilt your head to the right. Okay. Whew. Yep. Now you know why I call it ring digger.
Yep.
You're going to be sore after this first one, so when you get back to your hotel, put some crushed ice in a little plastic Ziploc baggie and put it right on the skin for 20 minutes. Let me help you up sideways. There you go. Stand right here in front of the mirror for me.
Oh, we have ice there.
Yeah, just throw a bag on the floor and crush it up. Okay, let's have you flex your head forward and backwards for me. And then neutral. Okay, take a look. See, your head's still forward. That's a big problem for you, Jaime. So this is your homework all week this week, and also when you get home. Lift both shoulders straight up. Pull them back simultaneously. Flare these guys backwards, hands, palms forward towards the mirror. See how it tightens up that whole trap. Now your head's forward. So, no, let it go. Let me have you. Backwards. You're right, so we go left. Now look backwards at the wall behind you. You might want to spread your feet a little further apart so I don't knock you over. And when you're doing this back in your hotel, do it up next to your bed so in case you fall over backwards, you land on the bed, not your head. There we go. Ooh. Yes, sir? Okay. Welcome to Houston. Let's have you flex your head forward and backwards again. Now that should have felt smoother for you that
Smoother
time.
this time.
Yep. Take a look at the spacing now on the left versus the right. It's more even than it was just a second ago. So are you getting any numbness or tingling or leg pain right now?
No.
Imagine that. You have any left leg pain at all?
No, not
Sciatica?
this time.
Great.
Not this time.
Super. Well, what would you have to share with our crack addict fans around the world about your very first experience here at Advanced Chiropractic Relief?
If you're suffering from any pain, you can see Dr. Johnson here. He's the man.
And we didn't talk about any of this
No,
before
sir.
we did this video, did
No.
we? So you came here kind of as a last hope
Yes, it is.
before you had to have spine surgery, right? So we're going to be treating you twice a day for 4 days in a row, right?
Sure.
Very good. Well, thank you for sharing your experience
Thank
with
you.
everyone on YouTube. This is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson, coming to you from Advanced Chiropractic Relief in Houston, Texas, where we practice hardcore chiropractic adjustments on spines that are horrible every single day. We'll see y'all soon.